has a wonderful new, in case the business he had wasn't wonderful enough, he has a wonderful new business called the Montecito Coffee Company, and he wanted to be sure he got to share that with every single person here. So in your bag, you will find a bag of Montecito coffee.
To introduce our two amazing honorees, Allison Hardy and Patrick Braid, who I think are living examples of how, in the most difficult situations, we can all come together and build community. Thank you.
The food bank is used to dealing with disaster on a daily basis. We face the daily disaster of hunger in people's lives, and we have to be able to make sure that they have enough food to be healthy and able to carry on with their jobs and with their lives.
When we saw on the news the magnitude of the devastation, my brother and I, we basically went out and bought rubber boots and, all the gear prepared to go through that mud. And effectively, we parked at Coast Village, trugging through knee to waist high mud. The strategy was to, number one, see if the shop is still open. Okay, because we thought it was probably gone. And number two, if it is, kind of leap into action, open up those doors and do what we can to provide refreshments and facilities for the first responders. So we literally hand-carved the day of about 100 sandwiches just to give them something. And the appreciation and gratitude that they had was just very, very powerful. And because of the response from those first responders, I made a promise and a commitment that I would do whatever I can to keep the wine and cheese open for them. My inspiration for me was my father, because my father, during the tea fire, a couple hundred people lost their homes. He wouldn't accept money from them until they got back on their feet. The second day, on the 10th, I rush out in the morning to Home Depot. And within 10, 15 minutes, senior management at Home Depot gave the green light for them to give me a generator. Then I reached out to Trader Joe's as well. They supplied me with groceries and support, and Vaughn's showed up with 150 bags of food. When you put out a small act of kindness, which to me as insignificant as what I did is, right, but it inspires a lot of other people. I literally had 50 people coming in helping me make sandwiches to then go feed the rest of the community. I'll tell you, my father passed 2 years ago in 2016. My father was probably one of the sweetest, kindest men. I think that if he realized how much of an impact that he made on so many people, including myself, which gave me the inspiration to do what I did, it would put a big smile on his face.
It was the food that brought them, that gave them permission to tell their story, to venture out and say, this is what happened to me. I can't change the disaster. That came, and there's nothing that's going to put that mud back up the mountain. But maybe we could put kindness back in that way, one act upon another. And I thought, that I can do. And that is what we can do as a community. And I needed to see our community was going to do that, and it did. It was remarkable.
I think the disaster opened all of our eyes up to the value of food. It really is that thing that binds our community together. And that's why we call this event the Table of Life. I was really excited when I heard who our honorees were at the Table of Life this year. It almost felt like Patrick and Allison had each set up their own little food bank. They were sending food out, they were getting it in from other sources, distributing it, but also providing that type of support that we provide as well.
There are no words that I can say that would that would add to those videos, I'd like to thank and request that our honorees Patrick Braid and Allison Hardy come join us up here so that we can properly thank them. Our community heroes. Come on up here. Please, a round of applause for our wonderful honorees.